morning. Happy Friday. I'm out here with hot coffee in a different mug that you've never seen. This one's from Disney World. My two favorite mugs are in sync, so I had to use a different one this morning. It feels really nice out. It is not hot. It is not humid. And so that's a win for morning weather. I have been out here quite a bit this week. I actually came through and cut off a bunch of this basil down here, this one. And I made some pesto. Just a bit. I had a ton of leaves, but it didn't make a ton of pesto, which is fine. I made it a little thick on purpose so I could use it as like a spread, or like yesterday I had it with eggs and it was so good. It was probably way too hot. It's a little warm. I don't leave it here. So I did that. And Wednesday night, it was Wednesday night that I made the pesto. And also Wednesday night, I came out and I amended the soil where the onions were, down here. And then I planted more beans. So I planted 3 types of beans, jade bush beans, burgundy bush beans, and top crop bush beans. And those all came from M.I. Gardener. So hopefully there's 6 of each seed in the ground right now. So hopefully in the next couple days, I'll have some beans pop up. I also, in anger, frustration, pulled out a couple of my pepper plants. I was just worried, like maybe they didn't have enough space. Maybe they were too close together. So I pulled a couple out just to see. I mean, they weren't doing anything, so there was no point keeping them. Yeah, I planted some peas down here in this arch. Down here. And pulled up a couple bean plants to take their place. Yeah, these pole beans right here, remember I said that they weren't doing well? Well, look, there's little beans on them. So that makes me happy. And there's flowers going like all the way up here. So that's cool. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted for this whole half of this arch, but I just got the one pole bean plant. So, I also came out here. It looks like I need to come out here and name a little bit, but I came out. It was still Wednesday. I was out here for like an hour and a half, and I sprayed my cantaloupe with some hydrogen peroxide water because it has a little bit of like powdery mildew on it, which is okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world. I was just tucking him back in his little home. So powdery mildew is like this right here. This plant doesn't have it too bad. There are some yellow leaves on it, so I cut some off. Like down at the bottom, there's less leaves. But for the most part, I think it's gonna be fine. I'm waiting on another cantaloupe to get pollinated. I only have the one, which is fine, but I would love to have more than one. I have seen there's been lots of bees over here on this plant. And there are female blossoms on here, but I don't know that any more have been pollinated. So, yeah. The race last weekend went really well. I tried to shoot some video. It didn't really go that well. I was so busy. But I do have a clip of the start, so I'll put that in now.
Good luck out there today, and we'll get you guys started. I don't have the blowhorn today, so we're going to do it on your mark, get set. On your mark, get set, go!
We had 100 people finish, and we had 125 people registered, which is the most we've ever had, ever. So that was super exciting. We gave away 2 scholarships, and yeah, it was a good day. So I'm glad it's over. It's much less stressful without that going on. We are going to the zoo tomorrow on Saturday. Robbie surprised me with tickets to the zoo. My birthday is next Wednesday, so that's my birthday gift. We're gonna go to the zoo. They have sloths at the Indianapolis Zoo now, so we're gonna go up and see the sloths, which is awesome. I'm so excited. And I have to run 9.5 miles tomorrow morning. Oh, yeah, this is a thing that's happening now. The sunflowers have started encroaching into the garden more, so I have to run. We're gonna go to the zoo, and then I don't know what else we're gonna do. So we'll probably have dinner with my family at some point, probably for my birthday. This is kind of what's happening out here right now. Now, I am starting to think more... Oh, I planted kale too. I planted kale over here, underneath these sunflowers. Like where the broccoli was, like right there. I planted some kale. I don't know if it'll come up, but if it does, it'll be awesome. So, I'm thinking about my tomato space for next year. So this is the tomato space right now. Like, this is just a wide pan. So this is the determinates, and then over here in the arch are the indeterminates. And as you can see, the only one that's up in the arch is the purple Russian, and I will not be regrowing that one. So I'm trying to get the most out of these panels, because obviously, like, they're not being used to their fullest potential. And I'm not sure if I'm going to grow as many of these next year, because the San Marzanos are amazing, and I also have some Amish paste seeds for next year, which I think will be better than all these little dinky tomatoes. Having some big ones I think will be better. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens with all of these plants, but like, look at all these tomatoes that are out here right now. These are all Romas. These are the Viva Italias, and as you can see, like, you can see some tomatoes, but it's mostly just leaves. So I don't think I'll grow Viva Italias again. I may do a couple of Roma plants next year, but I'm not going to do however many I have out here, which I think is like 5 or 6, I don't know. But I am thinking that it might be a better idea to take these arches down and somehow, this is only 12 feet wide, like here. So I can't just put them up like this because these panels are 18 feet wide. So I can put them all the way across and then bend them. So then that would bring me 6 feet up. So that would be about right here. This is about 6 feet from the corner. And then I'm wondering, okay, so I can have one panel like this, and then what do I do with the other panel? So I am trying to figure out if, like, maybe I just make like a tomato room, and I take the other panel and start it right here and fold it and bring it up higher this way and then go across. I don't know. And then that gives me all the space in the middle too. I could put peppers in the middle, or I could put like Romas in the middle. I'm just not sure yet, because I'm trying to get it so I don't have to cut any of these panels. which I could do, but I don't want to because I feel like that's wasting space if I cut this. Because I'd like to just have like a big square of these panels turned the correct direction so I can grow up them like this way. So I have seen people use these panels like that, the other direction, and they just leave like a couple feet of space underneath, because like these tomatoes are the perfect example. These are my Cherokee purples. I mean, they don't even have any leaves or anything until almost the second rung, which is over a foot off the ground. So if the trellis doesn't, or the panel doesn't start until like right here, it would be totally fine. So yeah, I'm just trying to decide like what to do with this whole area next year, because I want to be able to grow more indeterminate tomatoes and less determinate tomatoes. I have seeds for a bunch of different indeterminate plants. This lemon boy has some flowers on it, so I'm going to tap them. And I'd like to be able to grow more of those, but right now I'm maxed out at 8 if I keep doing them like this. And I like this, but all this space up here, like all of this, is not being used except by that one mammoth plant that I'm not going to regrow. So yeah, I'm just trying to decide like what's the best option for out here, what's going to work the best. And you know, it's always a learning curve. I didn't realize that these tomatoes would not go up as high as they have. The San Marzano back there is pretty tall. I mean, that's probably, I don't know, 4.5 feet tall. Yeah, it's probably 4.5 feet tall or so. Probably almost 5 feet tall. And it's a heavy producer. I mean, it has flowers on it again, I see. So I'm definitely going to regrow that one. Longkeeper, no. Purple Russian, no. Chianti Rose, 100% yes. Lemon Boy, yes. I'm just going to do probably one of those next year. I'm going to attempt to save the seeds out of one of those. Maybe. Hello. I got caught. If I can't, it's not the end of the world, because those plants came actually from Menards. So I can just go buy a plant if I need to. I'm not opposed to doing that. So, and then I have a couple different varieties of cherry tomatoes I'm going to try next year, because something that really drove me insane was not having tomatoes until like a couple weeks ago. And cherry tomatoes will always ripen before the regular tomatoes because they're smaller. So maybe I'm opening up a bag of worms with those, but whatever. You can roast them and use them in sauces and stuff too. It doesn't make a difference. And then I have another yellow tomato called Kellogg's Breakfast. I have some Amish paste seeds. I don't know. I have a few more different varieties in the house that I'm going to try next year. So, yeah, I just need to figure out a way to get more indeterminates out here and less determinates. Now, I am still going to grow determinates. It's just not going to be like 12. Or how many actually do I have out here? 10. I have 10 determinate tomato plants, which is a lot. I wish I had done that differently, but you live and you learn. So I am going to go in the house and grab my stuff and head to work. So I hope everyone has a great day, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.